Let's go. So I'm just gonna kind of go. Hang on. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna kind of go over kind of like your DPS, like rotation, because this is gonna help you put out more DPS. Not saying that my DPS is the best, but this is how I learned it. And like I said in the beginning of this little series of videos, is I might not have the couchy and Lucario tactics, but this is what you're gonna. This is what I learned about PVM. Is it's all about your rotations and stuff. So what you're gonna want to do, you gotta have a good ability bar. Obviously, oops, hang on, I forgot I switched relics. But you want to have a good ability bar set up. Because what you want to do is you want to get to ultimate. You want to start a boss with ultimate and drop your ultimate immediately as soon as you get there, right away. And then as fast as you can, you want to get back up into thresholds and get as many thresholds off as you can. So the way I do it, adrenaline earn, I talked about that earlier in the previous video. Really good thing, so your adrenaline doesn't drain when you're not in combat. So start off with 100% adrenaline. I'll hit my make sure I hit my overload and my prayer renewal, and I'll start off. I'll switch to my ring of vigor. I'll ultimate, which in this case is death swiftness. I'll switch back to my ring of death, and then I'll adrenaline pot as fast as I can, and then I'll hit as many thresholds as I can. Snapshot, rapid fire. Also, before you in range, you want to hit needle strike before you hit any threshold, tendrils, all that. And then also now you can throw your essence of finality in there. You can get a pretty good snipe off as long before it runs out. So pretty much you want to keep repeating that. Get up to ultimate as fast as you can. Since I just used Death Swiftness, I'll throw an unload off until my Death Swiftness comes back. Build right back up. Don't stop. Keep building. Keep adrenaline constantly, as fast as you can. Get up, back to ultimate, and then repeat it over and over and over again. Death Swiftness as soon as you can by Ring of Vigor swap. Adrenaline pot when you can. Obviously I'm too fast at this time to adrenaline pot, but once I'm in Death Swiftness, pop off, snipe, needle strike, snapshot, corruption shot, needle strike again, rapid fire, snipe again, needle strike, tendrils probably what I would do. That's fairly high DPS dealing rotation. A lot of people I'll see, I use Revolution, but I pretty much do full manual, even though I have it on Revolution, because there's times where I get a little bit lazy. So I let it pop abilities for me, but when I'm not, most of the time though, I'm using these abilities before they're queuing. But there again, you ult, adrenaline pot, pop snipe off till needle strikes back, hit needle strike, hit snapshot, so needle strike again, rapid fire, snipe, needle strike, tendrils. You can hit some pretty good DPS there. Like I said, you want to get as many thresholds as you can in your death swiftness before it runs out. And then, see, I'm already back to old. I'll pop, unload off or something like that until my death swiftness builds. And this is just for range, obviously. Other combat styles, your rotation would be a little bit different, but that's kind of like how I roll. Let's see here. I'll switch over to melee. It helps to have all this stuff keybound too, if you're switching different things. But I would make sure you're overloaded. Get up to ultimate here. I usually don't have any of my thresholds on a revolution. Okay, so bigger switch. Berserk, Adrenaline Pot, Mutated Barge. Get the barge going. And then I throw off as many thresholds as I possibly can. Because that's the whole game, is get the thresholds off while you're in ultimate. So different combat styles, different rotations and stuff like that. And actually, dummies are kind of hard to attack compared to bosses too. But see, I'm already back to 100% adrenaline before Zerk is active, so I'll throw off a Meteor Strike. And Meteor Strike will leave you with... You can Vigor too. I didn't that time, but... You just want to continue. You want to put out as much DPS as you possibly can. Obviously, some bosses are going to have thresholds or mechanics that you're going to have to deal with and stuff. But Ring of Vigor, Berserk, Barge him. Adrenaline Pot if you had it, but I would just use one, so I can't. And then just get off your ults or your thresholds after your ult. See, there you go. It's pretty easy. Like if I can get my full melee rotation off at Rax, I can have it down to less than 5k and 25% of the web burn. Another thing, I'm not turning on my Grim, but if my damage increases here, I guess actually let me hold on a second here. Let that build up. Get my Zerk back here. Alright. So we're gonna Zerk. Turn on your Grim. Adrenaline Pot. Mutated Barge. Soul. See the difference between with having the Grim and not having the Grim. Another good thing is throw in Quake or Bleeds. Bleeds are a good thing if you can move the target by stepping forward towards it or running away from it. Hit it with the Bleed and make it move, because it's gonna hurt it a lot more. But that's about that. But you're gonna want to keep doing that. Say your God Wars 1, God Wars 2, like Rags. There's not much ability mechanics that you're gonna have to worry about. You're just gonna want to over and over and over, like repeat that over and over and over. It's gonna shorten the fight if you get a good rotation going. Like I said, always come over here and mess around with it, or even on the boss, mess around with it and try to make it faster and faster and faster. But the better your rotation, the faster the kill is going to be, and the less damage you're going to get dealt, and the faster, less also the amount of supplies that you're going to use. So just make your life a million times better.